Hello there and welcome to my first match of Season 67 playing JNails. I need to fix the score stuff. Riverboat is Magnate, which is not super good but is okay. The village stuff here is pretty bad. Everything else is fine. You could get your draw various ways, but the village stuff is quite bad. Not the best core tier board either. I mean, if you pull like a tri loot, that's okay, but tri type loot. I mean, it is your only source of, well, no, it's not true. If you have the loots, then you have plus buy anyway. The disadvantage is there's not like a lot of there's not a lot of, what am I trying to say? Yeah, it's the payload is fine, but the village is tough, and the draw would be fine too. Accepting this issue of terminal stuff. I don't know if you get a star chart in the opening or if you just go ahead and take the riverboat or a silver or something. Or Bard. Again, Bard is not crazy. I mean, the upsides aren't super good, but there are a few. Like, this is nice. You do this into maybe, well, maybe a cage, maybe you buy your 5, whatever it is. I don't know if there's any like trickery with Scepter. Not necessarily trickery, but significant interaction. You did, well, excuse me. If you did draw your cage, I assume you just cage and buy another cage, but if you didn't draw your cage, it's quite nice. So, you know, you get to play it here for quite a bit. So I guess this was just, I guess JNails drew his cage and chose not to play it. Which seems, I don't know, not crazy, but there is something to also just waiting to put a cage on the Quartermaster and taking it whenever you have the chance for it, but this next draw is kind of ugly. It's like estate. I mean, we'll see estate, copper. Let's do this. I don't love it. It does guarantee drawing. This is unfortunate. This is a nice boon. I guess I should I don't know what I should do. Yeah, that seems about right. Obviously, I'm not getting my foray stuff done very well at the moment. Whoops. Well, okay, 4 might be the thing with a Wayfarer. Yeah, let's do that instead. Of course, we don't find, or we bottom deck Throne, which hurts this turn quite a bit. Do I want another one? Not particularly at the moment. Okay. I'm probably just lose on the back of not having 2 Quartermasters. Honestly. But we'll do what we can do. Staff is quite good. Frankly. Um, yeah. Field and moon, those are not useful, particularly. I needed forest pretty bad, actually. This is definitely a place where it's pretty annoying that we can't see the Quartermaster stuff. It's just another way this website is miserable. That would just be, I'm sure, just a 10-minute fix. Just never gonna happen. I don't know if they'll replay Bart. I mean, you could replay Riverboat just for a little extra consistency. I mean, if I were JNails, I would replay the Riverboat because, like, you're ahead. So, like, just make sure you draw. This seems a little excessive, but I'm sure it's fine. I don't really get mashing scepters. That I don't quite follow. This seems a little underplayed just in terms of getting. I guess I would have thought one of these would have been a courtier. But anyway, JNails will be fine. Certainly. And I just have to do this bad stuff. I mean, gosh. I mean, I can get a silver, or I can play the bard twice and potentially get forest, which would be okay. River is okay too. River is okay, but not great. JNails should have done the jewel stuff first, but like he's gonna draw it anyway. It's fully not relevant. See, these scepters, the payload's not particularly good for it. Unless you hit forest, then it's okay, but but you could easily have been playing a courtier that was hitting for 3 types and wouldn't have needed action either. But basically just opted not to do that. Which I think was pretty bad from the last. Again, so far ahead, you're not gonna pay any penalty for it, but like that turn could have been quite a bit better. The scepters just doing bards was pretty cruddy. But you know, of course, this is what my draw is, right? I have the riverboat, and there's like, I mean, not that there's a lot of actions down or treasures down in here, but of course the magnate. Do I even have? I don't have a. Which is just making me mad. But I don't know why I'm acting like it's a big deal. I'm gonna lose anyway. All right. I guess I pretty much have to go double. I mean, JNails probably just quads or gets 5, but like, there's not a lot of other options here at this point. Yeah, I almost would have had enough to say buy Wayfarer plus that, but I did not. We could go. This. Again, my assumption here is that JNails can get $40 without too much trouble. I mean, this is like 7-4. It was 8-15. I mean, JNails is gonna get $40. let's be clear. It doesn't. Well, it needs a little bit of buy, but not a lot. JNails is gonna have like $60. The funny thing would have been if the JNails somehow didn't take care of buys, but anyway, I don't have to make JNails click this out. It was a pretty cool kingdom. I somehow, well, I mean, I was player 2. I'm not sure I really lost too much tempo. I maybe I maybe messed up something, but I mean, I'm sure I messed up things. That's not what I'm saying. I more mean like I cost myself a turn pace that I could have made up somewhere. I mean, I think JNails was, and I probably did because the not courtier buying turn was like almost, no, that's not, but it was probably like half a turn throwaway just by not getting the buys with that. But anyway, yeah, this is kind of weakish just because of the nature of the trashing. Can do otherwise I'm not quite sure what you're playing. You can play some council room stuff. Would probably be pretty quick. That's what the bot would play here. But like there's not it's not a super good deck to build. I wouldn't say. You can try to shuffle a little earlier here. I don't know if that's correct or not, but if you draw 2 and you get your Hamlet, that's kind of okay. I didn't get the buy though, so it wasn't as appealing. And I've redrawn the estates immediately, so that form of acceleration didn't look so terribly great, but it's all right. Otherwise, you can ferry something. Well, I can't. Like here, I mean, the dream, the dream here would be not to have the pouch and to have one more copper and to go ferry on Hamlet or something and then, you know, go from there. But that isn't happening, so. There's some kind of crazy high rolls between the pouch and the ferry and the cavalry draws at the start where if you can design it, it looks a lot different than the average draw. But you don't get to do that. That's not how the game works. There's some C chart vassal stuff. I mean, the C chart vassal doesn't actually work because I mean, there's some information potentially, but the mostly you just pull the actions off, right? Because those are what you're C charting on, and then what are you doing? You know, but moves the ferry to the council room. Wow, that's kind of interesting to me. You can definitely Oh my god. Well, thank you, counselor. I'm getting eaten alive by the estates at the top, though. Course. Well, guess this is probably a little better. That's pretty nice. Did they not have enough to do a council room? The one by the other, they only had two. No. They had 3 buys. I guess the hamlet costs money. Maybe that was what I was miscounting. River's pretty good. I mean, we don't need to top deck all of these. I mean, we basically... How many horses did we play, though? We did play a 3rd horse. That gold is nice, though. Well, but we are getting... We are going to get another draw from JNails. I'm not sure. I would like a mining road. I'm super jealous of the gold. Oh, and I was getting River's gift. Yeah, I maybe could have gotten away with the mining road. Oh well, too late. I mean, I still maybe can just use the draw, I'm not sure. There's 6 hamlets in there. I don't really hate Bishop, even though it's not the best thing ever. You can buy like Flag Bearer Bishop. Maybe the play is to go like Fairy Vassal and buy 1 billion vassals. That's possible. Though again, the 0 trashing makes that a little bit iffy. But it's not a crazy way to get to 16. In theory, if you have overdraw, you can just put discard actions with your... I don't know why you're top decking that. Oh, you're going for... That's true too. If we can finagle this real smart with cavalry, which I didn't even really think about the last time, but... there may be some angle there. I think flag bear's not unreasonable buy here. I'm not sure about the practice or the second tracker, but I don't know that I'm gonna have the money. To do every little thing that I want to do here. But maybe. Okay, I'll take a forest. Okay, good. We fairy 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. So then the question is, can we do the vassal stuff usefully? Vassal, I guess vassal plus, I mean, can we do anything useful there? We're gonna have one more dollar. So we could get a couple. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is it? So it takes 7 to do the ferry cavalry, and then you need whatever extra money to do the vassals. So we have 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. So we can do 3 vassals in that. Not 3. We can do 2 vassals in that. We don't need plus buy for necessarily, but potentially plus action is useful. It'll give us $4 more, which is not actually all that great. So the other option is just to do the ferry and gain the things and not try and do the gain and play this turn, basically. And that gets us quite a bit more vassals. Let's see if they'll let me undo this. Well, it gets me, well, actually, and whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to have that much money. Oh yeah, I trashed a copper. That's why my count was bad. Well, one reason, amongst probably many, involving my brain not working. But we added $10, and we had it into 6 coppers, 5 in a pouch, whatever. That's $5, or that's $6, and then the tracker is 7, so we're at $17 right now. And then if we had the, so we do another bishop trash here. Well, okay, it can be an estate this time. Oh man. I hope JNails doesn't have a win. But I'm not confident that that's not the case. Probably not. There's a trick. I mean, there's a vassal cavalry line that I'm going to have potentially, depending on where the piles and the points are hanging out at the end here. So we'll see how any of that is going, but well, JNails is ending here. I don't think I want to trash. Probably. I'm thinking if I have 10 buys, probably gonna need to buy a province. So the line here is to buy out the vassals, ferry over to cavalry, and then buy out the cavalries. And basically the vassal money should be able to, I mean, I guess I should count. You need $5 and then $14. Maybe that's not so feasible. 22 bucks total plus so you're getting, I mean, you play 10 vassals. Theoretically, you play 10 vassals. Which is like $20-ish. Well, 10 vassals is in fact 20 exact. And then you have 26. JNails still doesn't have a lot of money. But I have to buy like probably a duchy as well. So I don't know that I necessarily have the money for that right now. It would have been pretty close. And I would have needed a province, so maybe not the line. I will probably have to double province here. The good news is JNails so far is not really upping his economy in any way. So the threat is sort of still exactly this kind of turn. I mean, Nothing's been added, but so that's not nothing as far as me making it out of here. And maybe it can't double either. I may just have to single, but I don't know how. Well, that's kind of annoying, actually. So the rest of these are, except for the silver, which fortunately was pretty bottom decked. What do I have now? 15, 16, 15. I could go province, vassal, vassal, council room. I guess. Wait. Sorry. Hopefully. I was quick clicking like a moron. This may open up a 3-pile. I'm not super clear on that. The draw's a little less now, though, I think, because there was no practiced cavalry. So that's all for the horses. So there's the wisp and then the other council room. I don't know how much gain in play is all that feasible. I am up to 11 buys now. So for 19, I can pile. No, wait, not 11. Well, potentially with a practice, I guess. I don't know. Well, it's 6, 9. Yeah, I have 11 buys. I think JNails has 11 buys. The Wisp drew, which isn't particularly surprising. I have those buys, but only if I get full Hamlet tossing, so that's not trivial necessarily. Yeah, and I could sneak I mean, the tracker could change how much I can score potentially as well. But right now it's like 8 points with the Vassal emptying, or 6 points if we do tracker or Vassal, I guess. I think, well, I don't know that we'd necessarily have enough money for that, but I'm assuming JNails counted it. Otherwise, this loses, but JNails does get to buy some copper. I don't know how much money is left. You need $12. But now I'm just gonna pile the estates, and I don't. It just makes it super easy. Most likely. Even if I just piled cavalry in province, or cavalry in bot province, I don't know. Or whatever, I can put ferry on tracker and win that way. It's pretty easy, I think. Now, I mean, I have to get around, but how many province duchy would do it? So like 13 with a ferry, $18 with the buys would do it. This is most of the bad stuff. That's a beautiful Seas gift. I mean, I can get stuck, unfortunately. I mean, the good news is I can cavalry out a little bit. But I need to still have $20 in that case. How much dollars do I have? How much dollars do I have? We're already at... There's another council room in here. 2 more hamlets. I got a silver, so I have 6, 8 plus 7 vassals or something, 6 or 7, 20. And we only need 8 buys, so we need 2 more. Yeah, let's end here for a second. And do the cavalry. Oh my gosh. So now what is left? Oh my god. I didn't kill myself. It's like 2 hamlets. I had a 2/3, but I didn't have a way. I needed to take plus action from, oh, whatever. This is too stupid. Can we get there off of practice? How much money will I have? Not enough, right? I'm so mad about this one. Is the triple council or the council room double hamlet bottom deck, but that's was fine. But I also I'm sure there were like more robust ways of finishing that just worked. Well, I guess I'm not sure there were, but there probably were. Like not tossing the cavalry, maybe saving it to top deck for vassals, saving it to play but gosh. So we can get back around here and do more. But it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be $16. There's like 1, 2, 3. There's like 4 vassals in there. But after we buy the council room, it's not going to, or after we buy the cavalry, it's just not going to work. Gosh, I hate this so much. And JNails is going to be able to do the I could have also practiced first. So we can go down cavalry again, but it's just more baloney. It just makes the pile out easier for JNails. It doesn't net me any money. So what am I doing? This is stupid. And then JNails already has the ferry up there. I'm sure there was well, I mean, just the easiest thing would just have been to just get action with the one hamlet, and then you can play the council room when you draw it. That was the stupid thing that I did amongst a number of stupid things. But JNails just needs $10. Like, that's it. The wisp draws, of course. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'll just quit. It was such an easy win. I think JNails made bad buys and I didn't get it. I didn't get there. Okay. All right. Guess you open Crucible something here. You can do Market Square, but silver is also pretty okay. So the 5s are good. There's Tiara for platinum and so there's also just display stuff. I don't think it's unreasonable to necessarily want a gold, but or to do Market Square stuff with, I don't know, it's not great. It's not super great, but your dream is just to be TRA and platinums, and you can't, like, the displays up to that point is kind of slow. Expand would be different, but I mean, you play with displays for sure, because once you get to the platinum, the colony platinum switcheroo is really good, but figuring out how to order that isn't trivial. I'm not sure how good the Crucible is, to be honest. I think I'm going to open it, but it can easily not be that great here. Like, you could easily just take a Cardinal and hope to get some nice... I mean, the Cardinal can backfire, but both can backfire, so... I don't really like the TR all that much. But I'll take one here. I'm super confused, but whatever. My whatever missed. It's not surprising. I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna lose my mind. This is so bad. I hate these buys too. Like, this makes me mad, but it's gonna win. Because I won't have port with it. Okay, I didn't port. This amount of whining had to get shut down eventually. I don't even know if I want gold. Whoops. Click too many again. I do need a second tiara amongst some other things. Okay. Well, I want the buy way more than I want the... Oh, I have another one. Well, this changes things a bit. So, we couldn't tiara the Crucible. Should give us 3, 5, 11, 14. 14 and 3 buys isn't super ideal. Oh, it's 15. 15 is not quite there either. And we tiara the gold. We can go like... Tiara gold gets us to 6, 8, 14, 16. Still not the very best thing ever. I guess we really just do platinum. I mean, we still have the buys. So if we go... If we go 15 with a hostelry, with platinum hostelry, top deck 2 horses. And if we gain a gold, still pretty good. We still have 4 buys the following turn. I gotta remember to do this the correct way. Excuse me. I don't know if the gold was worth. I don't know. If we draw through, then the double, then a copper trash is nice. JNails is just doing, I mean, JNails' deck is fine, but doing classic wheel spin right now, at least. This isn't terrible. Oh, this is really nice, actually. We bottom decked a rabble, and we got everything that we needed, so. And there's a port down there. So we didn't necessarily with the top deck draw here. We're gonna have 4 buys. Now I would definitely like another Tiara. There's something to be said for, like, if we can get there, Colony, Tiara, Rabble. Or Colony Displace, rather, sorry. So that would be 20. We could also hold off and do a hostelry. Hold off on the Tiara. Do Displace. Displace hostelry. I mean, if we have the draw, it's nice to do the thing, though, frankly. Now, that's the real question. Do we have the draw? I'm gonna make JNails and just mess this up again. I'm still relatively happy with 4 buys. That felt, I won't say 100% that it was just a wheel spinning nonsense, but that's what it looked like to me. Maybe there's something there where you get but there's so much copper to deal with, and so Scholar and Horse Hostelry only fake deal with copper to some degree. Rabble is more authentically dealing with it. Anyway, I don't know, I'm not clicking start game. Snowy Village is cursed. You could open like Cursed Snowy Steward. That's not crazy. It's really not crazy. I don't know. I mean, you eventually want. I mean, you also don't have to open it, I guess, is the other side of that. You can just take whatever and go. Take whatever other things and wait, but this feels fun, you know. Figurehead's actually pretty good for the start. And if you're opening for a loot, figurehead is not bad at all. Particularly if you see it turn 3. I mean, that's crazy good, but because then you get to like maybe buy a long ship while going into a trash of a steward and to buy another steward. Like, there's some really nice stuff, but I'm not sure it's correct at all, this opening. There's some bad, like, it's a pretty good boon to take off that. Not boon loot. Obviously here you can like just double steward, get lurkers, and go that route, and there's some like pretty decent man, I was trying to get the figurehead. That's okay. Buy a second steward here. This is a bit of a bummer, the way this is going to play out, because we're going to miss the village effects on the double steward hand here, but that's okay. For now, it's okay. There was a world where this shuffle goes super, super nice for me, and it went fine, but not super nice. The snowy bean in that hand was a bummer. But that's the way it goes. I am dying on this, though. I am dying on the find village and steward together line. That is not going. That is not going for anything. Because this is also going to be snowy miss. Okay, so it didn't miss, but it wasn't super great. Yeah, Chalice is... it's fine for this situation, honestly. I don't have any... Yeah. Okay. So... We're gonna get. I feel like we should just play them all and just have a big turn and then see what we do later. I know this is like overloading our duration draw stuff. But if we can get around to the lurker plays, it's not so terrible. I mean, this we'll just see how it goes. I'm pretty jealous of the puzzle box. Little jealous of it anyway. That's brutally good. And I didn't find any lurkers before I have to play the snowy, so I guess I'm just completely out of luck here. Or the I can't play this. I can trash or I can play steward. Which is or dungeon. I can trash or I can play dungeon. This turn looks so different if even one of the lurkers is not below the snowy. Which I guess that's just my punishment for buying the whatever. It's whatever. Could have played the dungeon, of course. Then the shuffle just looks completely different. But there'll be some potentially cute trash snowy village to regain it with lurker stuff at some point. But I'm pretty lost here. This is gonna be like a lot of the long ships going to JNails. And just me being way behind on trashing. I would definitely do some of the things I did here differently. But it's okay. Didn't have a trashable card, unfortunately. I guess we can afford another steward. It's a little questionable. Potentially very questionable. I don't know. I don't have a good sense of my deck composition, to be honest. I'm already leaving a bunch of stewards unplayed, so there's a good chance it's definitely not correct. Maybe JNails has a slightly awkward hand here. I don't know. Just on this stop, but guess not too bad. It's pretty hard to give out the Snake Witch curses with the stewards, actually, just because you have them in hand. Spell Scroll. That's annoying. That gets another long ship down right now. That really sucks. I guess the question is whether you play it and give me the Spell Scroll. I guess, yeah, I mean, to be fair, there is a trade-off of if you do it now, you lose control of the Spell Scroll. So, okay, to be fair, maybe not something you automatically do here. Is it still a good loophole? You just may have to wait on it for your turn. And it's still good. You don't have like so much crazy overdraw or plus action to make like full use out of it, but you can certainly get some free treasuries, which is helpful to work your way up to the dominates and so on. No doubt about that. Yeah, I mean, this is a hand where I guess I could try and line up for a Snake Witch. I mean, I could guarantee. Well, it's not guaranteed even. Excuse me, gosh. I have one curse, no estate. So, I mean, I could try it. It's not like... I mean, I need to trash. So it's not completely crazy to try and do it this way. Now, that's about how I expected it to go, but... and you lose the cards, which is not ideal. I don't know what my odds are of getting around to whatever, getting around to the other lurker in time, but I feel like we have to try it. So I guess if we don't find it, we don't find it. We don't even hit the goat. The goat is whiffed, so we don't even hit 5 to buy. We don't even hit 5 to buy another one. Our Snake Witch ploy completely missed, and everything is awful. So that's about where we stand at the moment. If we find the goat here on this shuffle, again, none of it was like all that likely to work or not work, whatever. If we find the goat and trash and buy a long ship, I feel like I can play the game. I mean, I'll still lose, but I feel like I could play the game. I don't think I probably am really playing the game at this point. The Snake Witches are kind of stupid because I'm just gonna whiff on. I'm gonna have multiple stewards in hand over and over. Not JNails though. JNails gets to curse me. And obviously I could, if I hadn't trashed, I mean, my turn looks quite a bit different. Getting to see the plus cards on the steward first. And even I think I get to trigger that dungeon, maybe trigger shuffle dungeon before the snowy. I don't know. So it was a bit greedy, all for a curse. I guess that was the point to take away, is that I was greedy to give one curse that my opponent very likely could handle in any case. So like what was I doing that for? So now JNails gets both the long ships, like maybe doesn't play them all this turn because they're a little off, but maybe has a win. I don't know. I would have thought, well, all of it's fine. Truly. You could do another mining village here, and then when you play your next lurker, you know, it's worth it. I guess you don't necessarily want to do that because you want to keep the spell scroll. So that at this point, you pretty much are just going for it, I guess. Unless, like I said, unless it's a win somehow. Yeah, his attempt to proc there fails, so he's just doing it where it actually works. It's cute here as it also works as like a source of plus action, which is kind of fun. At least I think it's kind of fun. Your mileage may vary. So, any sneaky 3 piles? I mean, JNails will have a 3 pile 100% for sure. Assuming JNails draws, this stuff will go. So something to keep in mind if you're me. Well, we're already playing snowy, so that's good. That's great, actually. I love it so much. I don't know. This doesn't matter. I wonder if they all hit if there was a line. If I had killed 2 long ships, if all of these hit, I still have to take care of stewards. It's not like I have a bunch of money. I'm just making this also easier for JNails. I neither have a lot of money and I haven't done anything. Yeah, so we needed to find these long ships before. Then we would have been... I don't know. Then we would have been within spitting distance of something. But probably not a win. We get the curses down to 1 or 2, 1 or 0. They're at 3 and it's these darn other... None of this. That's just, what am I doing? It's not like I would have had $11. I don't have the other figurehead, so. Oh man. Is there a... I was gonna say, is there a tactician thing, but I'm not sure there is. Okay, JNails has a 5-2 and opts not for Guardian, which I think is probably fine. What's your... I mean, you could do Miser, I guess, double tack. I don't know that necessarily outraces... I mean, it's probably a little more consistent. It's interesting to consider. Let's do it. Live a little. I'm going to take the experiment over the root cellar. Even though the root cellar may work out a little better in some situations here. I don't know if you just go ahead and take the tactician on your opening. I think would not be crazy. But there are some other things that are all right. The Magnate Mining Road Gold deck can work too also. I mean, probably on good draws, it's probably faster. But the Magnate draws, you have to really bolster. I mean, it hurts that there's some consistency stuff, but it's not super good as far as that goes. The root cellar also, there's just some hands here where you don't necessarily have a really nice buy to make. I guess the counter argument to that is just that if you're going to take 3 debt, you could just buy experiment instead, you know, and probably have a little more flexibility on some of what you're doing. If we had drawn the miser in this hand, that would have been wild. But we didn't. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get hosed here. Beat up badly. This isn't exactly what hosed would mean, but this is gonna be consistent enough, I'm gonna guess. What is the other option here? Is to go, like if we don't go to matte, if we profit. And see, this didn't do too much. I swear if this tactician was bottom card, it was unplug. Not really. It was considerate. This is interesting. The magnate stuff with if you get the root cellar hand size, then you draw enough. And otherwise you kind of struggle a little bit. But I have the setup now. What I want to do with it, I guess, is another question. $10. I can make $10. Does get the, does get to do the acceleration of the buy the treasures and go stuff, but which is not nothing. The $3 gold to $1 silver or whatever. None of that's nothing, but you can still dud on this hand, or dud on these cards potentially. So is 11 different? if we buy copper now, we do open up to a thing, basically. Well, right now we can bottom deck a card with 2 buys. So JNails can, well, if you don't have to play root cellars, then it's better. Right, you're not necessarily required to play every root cellar. Okay. Did play? They don't have it in? Okay. What kind of money are we up against here? I do have a consistency, probably a bit of a consistency advantage. Though it's a little contingent on a few things happening. I mean, I guess there's, well, that's not really possible. I was gonna say there's maybe some dream draw, but with just 2 magnates, you can't really get through all this without playing several root cellars. In any case. I guess I'm not like that robust to greening either. This doesn't matter. So we're at 7. I mean, we're at 24 if we add a miser. I mean, we're above 24 if we add a miser, but what if we add copper here? Then this the next turn still get to like double or something? It probably would. So again, we're starting to get into this point where we have to figure out. We could buy a copper, and that would get us to 8, but we're still not threatening 4 anyway until we have another mining road, which is not clear we're gonna have the time or inclination to get. There are some bad draws. This isn't going to be nightmare just because we at least have the tactician, but there are some bad draws for sure. Didn't have to take too much debt here. Okay. So they're around 3 as well. but it is a bit, can be a bit hairy. Has better Dutchy potential just because the number of buys. Probably goes in magnate here. I don't know if Province double Dutchy is going to be, or if I'm going to have to, well, I can't really double. So I may be a bit, I may be out of luck here in magnate. I mean, again, it depends on how the, I was going to say, didn't really use the, whatever, right? Didn't use it. I mean, this is a bit far for me, but I don't care. It's fine. It was all calculable. I mean, this is what I was about to say right before you asked to undo, is that you could put root cell. You had an innkeeper left in hand. You could put root sellers in there and buy it in and have the kickoff for sure. You can even go like Dutchy in, or like gold in maybe, and be okay. Silver in. Gold, silver in. These are all fine. So I can only take one, but it, of course, just a stupid game. This would be how mine have to go here. There's no other way for it to have, oh wait. That I bottom deck the innkeeper and the mining road is just unbelievable. So I don't know how much debt JNails is going to have to take here. JNails at 26 post debt play added $5. So that's 31. That was with playing 2 root sellers the last turn. So I think, yeah. So they're at 31, but they can also buy a copper. That's 32. So if you can draw from this point without playing another root seller, you can quad province. Because you can buy 1 copper, that gets you to 30. Okay, now I don't think it's possible, because I think 9 is above. I don't think you have enough. You have 5 buys, yeah, or 6, no, 5 buys. So I don't think you have, I don't think the coppers get you there anymore. Now you can just go triple province Dutchy, and that's probably good enough. Just because I missed a Dutchy buy on the last turn. If I get the Dutchy buy, then it's not, then maybe it doesn't work. I could also just be miscounting what JNails added as far as that goes, so. Okay, you can't even Dutchy, so that's something. But I can only go to 3 Dutchies, so it's safe. If I had, I mean, even you can buy, oh yeah, you can get there with that. So even if I had 21, I could only score 12 here, so it wouldn't be like a big deal. JNails didn't set up any sort of consistency though, so there's some world. Can I discard 6? How many? I have 6 green cards, right? Province, Duchy, 3, yeah. Oh, but then that doesn't leave you, well, all I want to do is buy like double Duchy anyway. So I don't necessarily have to play all the misers. Or like double Dutchy experiment. Which is, this is, yeah, okay. So do I do 3 here, or do I have to take like an experiment? If JNails goes 1, like if JNails can only Dutchy, say, I'm still short on double Dutchy. So I have to buy a Dutchy here to even threaten anything. Almost can. Oh, no, they did. Wow. So if they were just at 39 and I hit the 12, it would have just been a tie anyway if they hit Dutchy. Oh, that was rough. It's hard to say because I was within a margin for sure, a turn. And so if mine's slower or if JNails is a little slower, it could go either way. I mean, like, JNails could have a worse draw at some point, though of course I could as well. So we have a lot of stuff on this kingdom. I don't even want to read it all. We'll just see what happens. What is rapid expansion? Okay. What is the thing doing the rapid expansion? River Shrine. Market Towns is the... Okay. What is doing that? Broker. Otherwise, draw is kind of crappy here. You can wheelwright, gain stuff, and you can wheelwrite and gain stuff and trash it with broker. I don't know. That's certainly an option. You can wheelwright and just have tower points, I guess, maybe. It would be okay. 5-2 is good. That the win was there on two of the 5 that you play 2 ends, have 2 of the 5, like, didn't find any draw cards. Play 2 mining roads into the bicopper to hit 8 is so funny. You could also play with tide pools and just use your outpost turn as a... Just use your outpost turn as a my turn is, you know, nothing. You can also get out with rapid expansion. Like if you have a tide pool set aside. But I mean, you can get out with a few different things potentially, but do we want a second recruiter or do we want to go straight for the outpost? I'm going to try the outpost. We want a wheelwright. Some point. I may have to buy a silver or something this turn. I really like my deck. Something I don't get to say all that often. And it's just going to be even better once JNails procs rapid expansion for me. How many do you have to have? 5? At least 5? What a cute little deck I've built. It didn't get there. I could... What do I want to do here? I wouldn't mind a tide pools. What do I have down? There's one patrician down here. Where are they? All right, we got 2-4. Definitely at least one of those was super winnable. Probably two or three of them. I mean, some of them were like winnable, like I was ahead. One of them was, and then I would say a couple of the other ones were maybe could have broken either way. Some of them I got beat up on though, or I got to a point of being beat up. All right, let's go back before we quit. Let's go check. Let's go check the game number. I'm not seeing it. It hasn't. I reported it, but okay, there it is. Let's go check the horse one, or the cavalry one rather. Lots of them, several of them had horses. Guess it. Not sure. Okay, I resigned, so maybe the bot won't. Yeah, okay. So here we are. So this is my turn to do it. Okay, so we have winning outs most likely. So there are a couple considerations here. One is, at what point do you start throwing crud into the discard versus actions to try and proc vassals later? But let's just say we're going roughly the same. So the other thing to keep in mind is like how badly do we need plus buy? We only need 8. So we've got another council room. We're already sitting at 5. We've got another council room. We've got 4 hamlets. And we need 3 of those things to go. So we need 2 of the hamlets to get plus buy. And we're at this point. This is also a point where it's worth thinking about already before we even play this hamlet, doing and this is probably where I should have done it, is doing this, getting a little more info now. If I remember correctly, this tracker is pretty nice. So we do need, right, we need 3 more buys. So we do need 2 hamlet buys for sure. And a council room thing. So here we're already whiffed. This is where we're getting into the hairiness, because see now I've got a problem where I'll probably just cheat and use, you know, extra info. This is like 2 hamlets, council room, and 2 coppers. 1, 2, 3. I haven't discarded a copper yet, right? So far, I think I've only discarded actions. So there are, unfortunately, a copper and an estate, right? I don't think I discarded any. Yeah. There's a copper and an estate, and then all those actions. So none of it is guaranteed, I guess, is the takeaway. With that bottom deck, nothing is guaranteed in the order of playing the tracker or the vassal. And it's not like immediately obvious to me, you know, how you want to go about doing that. So this is all actions now. But one of them is the cavalry. I guess you do it that way. Where are we at money-wise? I still need a buy. Or whoops. Undo that. Guess I need a buy. So we do this. I think the rest of these are vassals, so I think this just goes through. Oh no, there was another cavalry. Okay, so that doesn't even work. So we have to be a little more careful about what we're thinking about at this point even. I do have 2 cavalry, right, because I bought that one. Ooh, scary stuff, right? I guess you can draw up a little bit. But you kind of run into similar problems. I guess now you have the cavalry. Now you can do this. Put the vassal in and then it's okay. And you have 9. How many vassals will you play though? Is there 2 in here or just 1? So there's enough there. Yeah. Oh good, we have to answer this. So that works. Okay, so it's not clean, fully clean. I probably would have needed to stop again. If you find the council rooms early enough, I think it's okay-ish. And then there's some stuff with top decking horses and tracker and cavalry and stuff, but it can be done there. What I did was not gonna work. What I did in the match, of course. But anyway, definitely winnable game. And then that stinking tactician miser one. Anyway. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back for more later.